pariwo, I talk my own, say, I no get change.
Now me get down and they go VI.
If I start now, my phone conductor to bear. What be all this one?
I know you got park ma come down.
Driver, I beg, park your boss. Make this conductor come off my boss, I beg.
Driver, not try amo. It be like say you want me to collect your motor for illegal parking, and you go still pay 20,000 naira fine if na your first time. And if you be regular customer, you go pay 30,000 naira fine.
I don't know that one, no guy. You gas wait tomorrow reach the nearest legal bus stop before you come down.
Conductor, close this door now. You won't make I fall.
I beg, no vex. I want people passenger, no vex.
It be like say you never see the new rules for Lagos as you just they commit offense, they drive, they go. If you leave your door open and them catch you, you go pay 20,000 naira fine if na your first time. And if you be regular customer, you go pay 30,000 naira fine. Apart from this fine where you go pay, you go still do 1 month community service. I dey talk my own no.
Auntie, calm down. How you tell Sabi all these things? They work for government.
I know they work for any government too. Now radio I dey learn all these rules. Now every day I dey listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
Okay, I mean you don't say as they go. Put on for Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Make we say learn waiting they go.
Property owner, a developer, building professional in Lagos State. Are you aware of the developmental strides of the Lagos State government in the built environment? Do you know the kinds of approvals you must obtain before starting building construction in Lagos State? Do you know where and how to get these approvals? For answers to these and many more, tune in to Build Right, a 45-minute program on the activities of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development and its agencies. Build Right is aimed at making Lagos sustainable, resilient, and attractive to business through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning. Join us every Thursday, 9:15 to 10 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM as we take physical planning and urban development to the next level. Tune in and listen to government officials and other relevant professionals in the built environment as they bring new insights and latest trends in the physical planning and urban development space. Thursdays, 9:15 a.m. is the date. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM is the station. Build Right is brought to you by the Office of the Special Advisor, EGIS, and Urban Development in partnership with Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right for a sustainable Lagos.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, your broadcast sanctuary from the west end of Nigeria. We're taking you through the metropolitan Lagos in a beautiful style this beautiful Thursday morning. Our covenant with you, our dear listener, is to ensure that you get the traffic information that will help you plan your journeys and reduce your travel time, all right? So the month of August is certainly on the overdrive right now. Well, today is the 22nd in the month of August, and that means we're inching closer and closer towards the end point. So as you cruise along on this wonderful day, just be positive of what life has in stock and what life has to offer, and shake off the disappointments of unfulfilled dreams. You're welcome to Build Right. This is your one-stop diary for the built environment, and it is coming to you courtesy of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, so for some time now, we've been trying to see how we decentralize the building and planning process in Lagos by taking it away from the secretariat here in Alausa and connecting you with the localities. So for those of you who've been trying to get all your documentations in the built environment right, now is the time for you to plug in. And we're doing this because we'd like to hear from you too, so that if there are some anomalies that are going on within those particular localities, you can always report that on the program. So today, we're going to be taking an excursion to the Apapa, Ifelodun, and as well as Jeremy localities. The whole idea is to see how it is done in those areas, the building and planning permit approvals, how it is done in those areas. So we'll be trying to connect with the district officers there. I'll be hearing from them. But also we'll be hitting the streets too to hear from people as it relates to whistleblowing in the physical and urban space. These are many more will be part of the menu if you can keep us company from now through 10 o'clock. But first off, let's take a detour to have a word from our partners, and when we return, it will be time to begin the conversation.
The vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the State Operative Development Plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is a program we set for the conversation. Quickly, let's do some house cleaning duties as relates to the traffic information that you need to keep you moving at this time. Those of you navigating through the Ojota corridor, do not forget there's construction work there. So if you're coming in from Ikorodu, linking up with mile 12, slow and steady, and of course mile 12 heading to Koshofe and K2 still looks pretty good even from my live cameras. Beyond that point, heading towards Ojota interchange, it's also steady. But you begin to be the slowness when you're moving in from Ojota, linking up with New Garage, heading towards Odoyalaro. Nothing unusual. Counter flow is still very much on there. Beyond Odoyalaro towards Maryland, it gets much better. And from there, Fadeyi, Funshaw Williams, linking up with the Co Bridge is still looking good at this time. Those of you trying to make use of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, from Chinatown, Alakpere, things begin to slow down there. Nothing unusual. I understand there is a construction work that's on the expansion joint at Ifako, so it's really slowing down things there. But beyond that point, heading towards Yanawuru, it looks good. Linking up with the Third Mainland Bridge is also looking good as well. Ibejuleki traffic update right now says Eleko Junction and Eleko Proper and adjoining environment still looking pretty good this wonderful Thursday morning. We can tell you we do not have any major worries there. The road along Eleko inside as well as Amen Estate and its environs still looking appreciably good too as you drive through that corridor. Movement from Eleko inside towards Muslim, that's towards Imagmo as well as Orimileru, okay? All those areas are still looking good this wonderful morning. Akodo General Hospital up to Akodo Police Station and its environs down to the Lagos Free Trade Zone is still very much in good shape at the moment. Same for the return journey as well. Okay, all right. That will give us some time to have a good conversation this beautiful morning. But like we do say, if you experience or if you notice anything on the road that you'd like to escalate, just send it to our WhatsApp on 08099120777 and we'll be there to help you echo it. On Build Right today, we're decentralizing building and planning permit approvals, and we're taking you through the Apapa, the Jeremy and Ifeludu localities for you to have that. But before then, we've been speaking to people on the streets to also find out from them if they'll be willing to whistleblow if they find any building infractions within their neighborhood. Now, what the ministry is encouraging is that if you see anything that is not befitting of Lagos as relates to the built space, then you should be ready to whistleblow. And so Mike James has been speaking with people in Yanokwaja to find out from them if they see any infraction Will they be willing to report? Here is a montage of their responses.
So I'm right to ask residents here what they know about the whistleblowing initiative by the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASPCA, and whether or not they're willing to comply with this initiative that is to report distressed buildings anonymously to the government for proper checks. So I'm going to be speaking with one or two residents regarding this. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can I take just a little time from you?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I can see you're in a hurry, but hope you pardon me.
Okay, no problem.
So have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by LABCA, that's Lagos State Building Control Agency?
No, I've not.
It's the one that says if you see any distressed building unsafe for habitation, you can, whistleblow.
No, I've not heard about it.
But let me ask you, in the streets where you live, have you seen any distressed building or building looking unfit for habitation, yet people are living there?
No, I've not seen any.
So all the buildings in your streets are very much okay?
They are very okay.
But if you notice any building like that, are you willing to whistleblow? Are you willing to report to LAPSCA?
Definitely.
Why?
Just for the safety of people that are there. So people won't get killed or experiencing untimely deaths of people.
All right, thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Chief, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm going to take just a bit of your time. But first, let me ask you, have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPSCA? Have you heard about it?
At all.
You've not heard about it?
Yeah.
Okay, but let me ask you, on the streets where you live, have you noticed any building looking unsafe or unfit for habitation, but yet people are living there? Have you noticed any of such buildings?
For now, no, I haven't. But while growing up, I used to see houses like that. But currently, the environment where I stay, there are no houses like that.
But if you notice such building, are you willing to report to the appropriate agencies that, hey, I can see certain buildings that, tilting or about to collapse, yet people are living here, they don't even care. Are you willing to report to the appropriate authorities?
I think before now, I would have just kept mute to myself. But probably hearing something like that, why not? Because lives out there are meant to be safe. Nobody's meant to be destroyed. And even if they want to get destroyed, don't destroy yourself by yourself. So definitely I would call the appropriate.
So if you have the right contacts and you notice such building, you would report?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by LASPCA, that's the Lagos State Building Control Agency? Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Oh, you're aware of it?
Yes.
So in the streets where you live, have you noticed any building looking unsafe for habitation, but yet people are living in it?
Yes. Currently, those buildings that looking unsafe belongs to the old people in the environments.
Okay, so you've noticed such buildings. So are you willing to whistleblow if you have the right contact? Are you willing to report to the appropriate authorities, report such buildings?
No, you can't report. If you report, you're in trouble. If
Yeah, but
that you are the one that report, you're in trouble.
But you're aware of the whistleblowing initiative. I know it is anonymous. If you report, nobody's going to expose you. Are you aware of that?
I don't know if this life is transparent. You cannot hide it.
Okay, so you're afraid to report. Is that what you're
afraid to report. I'm afraid.
So you won't report at all?
I won't report. I can only give an advice that government should go back to the registration level the year they register the building. If a building is more than 30 years, government should go and cross-check that building.
Okay.
If there's any crack in the wall or whatever, government should signal the owner. If the owner refuses to renovate the building under some months, some years that government is given to the government should step in and send the tenant away, rebuild it, and build the owner to pay.
Yeah, but you know that it's because of this. That's why government has said, okay, help us. We can't be going from building to check people's building up and down. Okay, if you notice that kind of building, why can't you report to the government and tell them, there are buildings like this and it's not safe for these people to live in, come and check it and everything.
They have the control agency police that are going around. So that's their job. They should do their job. They occupy the office already, so they should go ahead and do it.
So basically, you're not going to do the job for them?
I can't report.
Thank you.
All right, so Mike James having a very difficult time. With one of the respondents there. All right, he's been speaking with people at Yanokwaja to find out from them if they'll be willing to whistleblow if they find any distressed building or perhaps any building that is not done right. That's what the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development is really encouraging. Before I bring in my guests to respond to all of this, the review of the Third Mainland Bridge, that corridor, I understand is still looking good this morning. That's all the way from Adekunle inwards Adeniji. Slow movement heading towards Ilubiri due to the rehabilitation of expansion joints. Traffic managers are visibly seen trying to manage the situation at that particular location. Obalende inwards Oniko and descending towards Flag House is looking good. And we can tell you CMS inwards Akpongbon descending to UBA headquarters is also good to go as well. So let me bring in my guests so that they can respond to all of this. This morning, like I told you, we're going to be decentralizing building and planning permit approvals through the district offices in Lagos State. So my first guest coming to the microphone, Town Planner Akinsonya Abayomi Ajibola is here with me in the studios. He's the Chief Town Planning Officer with Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and currently he's a District Officer of Ajeromi Ifeledun Local Government. Nice to have you in the building. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How was your journey here?
Fine.
It was good?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Joining him as well, I have architect Adeniyi Olufemi Adebiyi. Adebiyi is a chief architect with the Lagos State Building Control Agency, and currently is the district head at Jeremy Feludun Apapa Local Government. All right, nice to have you in the building, architect Adebiyi. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And you're welcome to Traffic Radio.
Thank you very much.
All right, so first off, what do you make of the respondents out there? Those people that my producer spoke with at Yanokwaja, what do you make of their responses? Let me start with Town Planner. That's my Town Planner from LASPA. What do you make of their responses?
Yeah, thank you, sir, Victor. But the response from the community, especially around that Ekwaja area, fine. It's good that you are vigilant wherever you stay, at least, so that you know if there are infractions, so that you quickly report.
Okay.
Like the first person said, that he is not. I think the last
it was last respondent that he's not willing to report
anything.
What do you make of that?
That shouldn't be the case. It should be his brother's keeper.
Okay.
He should know what is going on in his environment and should quickly report to him if there is anything that is violating the law there.
All right. Architect Adebi, let's hear from you, really. What do you make of his own response?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Lagos State Building Control, last week we had a program for the building sector stakeholders engagement 2.0, and the program centers on the question the reporter asked the respondent.
Okay.
Unfortunately, one answered well, the other one didn't answer.
3 answered well, but the last did not. What we did was we invited all the stakeholders that are in the building and in industry, with artisans, with and the program was even graciously attended by Mr. Governor. Okay.
And what we disseminated at the Adafora was to tell residents, because we invited a lot of people.
Right.
We invited the artisans, the professionals in the built industry, landlord associations, the yalogers, and the information we are passing across is for them to report any building construction that is going on within their locality to the appropriate authority, be it LASPA, be it Lagos State Building Control or agency.
Right. So do you have the numbers that people can use to report?
Yes, we have the numbers. Our toll-free line for Lagos State Building Control is 0800 00 LAPCA. The second one is 080.
No, let's take that. So 0800 00
LAPCA.
And 00 LAPCA, that LAPCA is what now? If you're going to put it in figures, that would be
0052 7222.
Okay. 70 22.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that's the number that they can use to withdraw. And you say it's toll free?
It's toll free. They can call the number within 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Every day?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sure that people will be trying those numbers. So that is done. So what we find out is that some people are not willing. Now, that last responded there did say that, I mean, he feels that some people that should be doing the job. It's not his own job because he might be exposed. So anyone who whistleblowers, is his identity going to be revealed?
No, sir. No, sir. That's why we whatever information they give to Lagos State Building Control is confidential. We are not going to go to those sites and tell them somebody reported. We do our job and we ask them to carry out necessary tests that is required. If it is an existing building or if the building is ongoing, we request for the document issued by Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority and our own document authorization to commence construction and the stage-by-stage certification by us. If they don't have it, then we'll bring them to compliance.
All right. Tampana Akinsoya, let's get to you and connect you to as the district officer of Jeremy Felodun. What are your responsibilities within that locality?
Thank you, sir. First, the primary assignment of Lagos State Planning Permit is to grant a planning permit on different development, maybe residential, commercial, institutional, whatever, industrial. Okay. That's the primary assignment, to grant planning permit. Then two, to monitor development and see that there is orderliness in development around the area.
All right. So how are things faring within your locality?
Well, fairly okay.
It's okay. All right. So for those who might not know that corridor, I mean, you are the one representing LASPA.
Yes, sir.
Within Jeremy Ifelodun. You're the one representing LASPA there.
Yes, sir.
To issue planning permits. All right. For architect Adebi, your own duty and responsibilities is what within that locality?
Yeah, my duty is to monitor construction sites within Jeremy Ifelodun local government and Ifelodun LCDA.
Okay.
To serve statutory notices on all contravening structures and also to inquire from the construction sites relevant permits issued by LASPA and authorization by Lagos State Building Control to carry out stage certification at various stages for all these construction that have approval, and we ensure that they are building to compliance, they are building to what was issued by Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. And at the end of the day, we issue them a certificate of completion and fitness for habitation after the building has been completed.
So do I suspect that a lot of times both of you're always meeting on the field? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Since you both represent Jeremy and Ifelodun.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, town planner Akinsoya?
Exactly.
So take us through those local. What are the communities that you find under Jeremy and Ifelodun local government?
Yeah, the community includes Jeremy itself, Ifelodun, Alaba, Orile, Tolu, Amukoko, and some other Achapu, areas like that. It's under Jeremy Felodun local government.
Is Ajegule among?
Exactly.
Let me continue from where it stopped. We have from Signal Barracks to Maitu.
Okay.
Suru Alaba, Odo Adekoka, Alafia, that Lagos Badagry Expressway.
Right.
Inward Suru Ojo Road, Boundary Road, Alaba Road.
Right.
Musafejo Cemetery Road and Mukoko roundabout.
Wow.
And part of Igomu Road.
So I suspect these localities must be very, very big in terms of the coverage area.
It's not that big because it's a high density area.
So population is very, very high.
It's very, very high.
Let's talk about the amnesty program on planning permits for completed buildings that is carried out right now by the Lagos State government. So for you, town planner Adebi, town planner Akinsoya rather, how is that process going within the Jeremy and Felodun local governments?
Well, thank you, Victor. The plan is fairly moving on. In fact, to be sincere, it was introduced initially for 3 months between April to July, and it was 3 months program then. Because of the influx of people coming in to last part to get their permit, because many buildings were done in the past without a planning permit, and people to some extent they fear to come and get the permit after they've completed it because of the penalty that is involved. But the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, graciously encouraged that developers, property owners should come over and get their permit without paying that penalty. That makes it easier for people to come, and we've been experiencing influx of people to the office.
People come to the office regularly now.
Exactly, to come and get a permit.
Right. All right. Flash update coming in says that we have few queues at MRS Kodeso, that's Ikeja. The situation is well managed by the traffic managers there. This is sent in by Olaiwola. Thank you so much from the control room. Very shortly, I will also allow you to join the conversation. Architect Adebi, how's it like for those that are trying to benefit from this amnesty program? I need to talk to that really. Why do they need to get this corrected?
Yes, sir. It is very necessary. This program was done during the past administration to encourage property owners to come forward and put their building forward for planning permit approval. And oftentimes when we go on our normal monitoring routine, we serve, because Lagos State Building Control is not just construction sites that we monitor both existing structures.
Okay.
And when you see a structure that is maybe is newly built or has been existing, and you are noticing some defect or distress characteristics, you serve them the notices required and you request for their planning permit. If they don't, you ask them to do the necessary test, and also to if the building is fit for habitation, we encourage them to visit LASPA, because it is a public office. We need to enlighten and educate the public. We ask them, if you don't have, now that the amnesty program is around, go and visit LASPA, prepare and submit necessary drawings like architecture, if it's just ground and first floor. Okay. Then submit the non-destructive integrity test report to LASPA, and they will give you an assessment. Another supporting document that is required, the person will be advised from LASPA.
So planning permits issued by LASPA, then the certificate of fitness.
Certificate of completion and fitness for habitation issued by Lagos State Building Control Agency.
All right. So for anyone to get all of this, they have to come to either LASPA or come to LAPSCA, right?
Yes. Whichever agency the person visits, they will be advised appropriately to where to get the document.
Okay. So, but I'm having some fears because people are still sending us messages to say that yes, the amnesty program is on, but they're saying that some of your members who go out for monitoring and inspection are still charging them. They're not ready to waive the penal fees. So what's your response to that, Town Planner Akinsanya?
I beg to disagree with that submission from the public, because after the first expiration of the 3 months of the grace given by Mr. Governor to people to come and get their planning permit, the governor has magnanimously extended the program again from this month, August, to end by October, within which nobody is charged penalty fee whatsoever. And to add to it, Mr. Governor has even given everybody a palliative of 5% to be deducted even from their whatever they are paying.
You mean it?
Exactly.
So if they are paying any of the processes that are involved in, Governor has said that they can also still benefit.
They enjoy 5% palliative too.
Discount.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I wonder who is saying they are being forced to pay penalty fee now.
Okay. All right. You can also share some of this experience with us on the program this morning at 08099120777 and 09153877127. That's the numbers that you can use to connect with us on the program this morning as the program moves on. All right. So for now, the planning permits now, and of course the approvals that you give. How long does the permit take before one can get his planning permit? Town Planner Akinsanya?
Yeah. Ideally, there is a deal that as per signed with Mr. Governor, as per how many days it takes for granting planning permit, and it is 10 days. Okay. Technically, 10 working days.
Okay.
Within which you get your planning permit.
Okay. So 10 days.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so there's a question here. It says, let me just say, good morning, Mr. Oteri. It says, I am Olabode from Mile 2. My question for the town planners is, how do they ensure consistency in permit approvals across different district offices? So, is it consistent? All the planning permits that you issue, do you have consistency in it?
I don't understand what the person means.
Is it the same? Is it the same everywhere?
As in,
the planning permits that are issued in Mile 2, for instance, the one issued in Lagos Island, is it the same kind of permit?
Of course, it is unique. It is same thing everywhere throughout Lagos State. Planning permit is planning permit. Wherever you take it to within Lagos State, it's planning permit.
All right. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. How do you handle cases where developers fail to meet the requirements of obtaining a permit in your locality? Olayinka from Ajegule is sending this one in. Okay, so maybe architect Adebi can respond to that.
Yes, thank you very much. I started my word with the stakeholders engagement. We just did last week Thursday at Balmoral Convention Center. From our normal and daily activity, we often notice that developers, most of them shy away from obtaining a development permit.
Okay.
And that's why we bring them to the forum so that we can have an handshake and understanding of what is required by the state government.
And what was the response at that particular event?
Yeah, they agreed and concurred with the word of the general manager, and asking them they should and the things are to be done the way the law stipulates it. Obtain a permit before you move to site. Invite Lagos State Building Control for all your stages, and if an approval is given to you, if you look at the back of that approval, it is boldly written there that visit Lagos State Building Control whenever you want to commence your construction activities. And oftentimes we also notice that developer building owners, they want to shortchange the government. They may obtain an approval for 2 floors. They want to build 3 floors. And that's the reason why we need to close monitor them. And we carried along the CDA, CDC, the chairman, local government, and they are the major owner of the land. They see most of this construction before we visit. That's the reason why we encourage whistle blowing.
All right, we're going to switch gears right now. Town Planner Akinsoya, even as I'm going to be letting you off at the moment, Town Planner Akinsoya Abayomi Jibola. So, what are the challenges confronting you with your district? Do you have any major challenges?
Not really.
Not really. People are complying.
Exactly.
And for those who do not comply, your monitoring team are always there to...
Of course, they take charge of that.
All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we'll be switching gears to Apapa, the town planning and the district office in Apapa. What does it look like in terms of decentralizing the planning permit process in Lagos? We'll be back after this break.
They are making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Plan and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the State Operative Development Plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Igbega Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Ajumosheni, announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio had a 6.1 FM. Build Right is the program, and of course we're still on right now. So the updates still coming in, and that's from the enforcement team at NNPC filling station. We have traffic managers there. That's at Fadeyi by the service lane. They're trying to ensure that the one-lane policy is upheld so that there will be clearage for people that are moving there. So the BRT enforcement team, they're trying to do that within that particular corridor. Okay, then you can still join the conversation. 080-99120-777. That's the numbers that you can reach us this morning on the program. 09153877127. You can also connect with us with that number as well. All right, so joining me in the studios right now, I have Town Planner Dorego Muideen Olanewaju. He's a Chief Town Planning Officer with Lagos State Planning Permit Authority, LASPA, and he's also the District Officer representing Apapa Local Government. Town Planner Dorego, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, good. So talk to me. Apapa, you are representing the District Officer at Apapa,
yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
What are your duties? What are your functions there?
As a District Officer at Apapa, we carry the same objective with the Lagos State Fiscal Planning Permit Authority, which will issue the permit for the people.
Okay.
Aside that, I'm standing as a recommending officer for the general manager, the PS, and the commissioner, even the governor, because I'm the one that will write the memo that will give the directive, or the directive I'm giving can be counter opinion by my GM or the commissioner, but I'm the one that will file up all the file.
Okay.
The application, put it in the file, write my memo, put it in order for the people, for the general manager to look at my memo if it is okay, if my recommendation is okay, if it's not right, it will put its own opinion to the permanent secretary. If it is going to the permanent secretary, the permanent secretary too will put his own opinion to the commissioner, from the commissioner finally to the GM. But if it's within my district area, which is 2-floor residential, I'm the one that will recommend it, check everything, the setback, the airspace, and everything. If it is okay, I can grant the first residential, ground floor and first floor approval within my jurisdiction area.
Which is good. So, Apapa covers which area? Which communities fall under Apapa that you superintend?
Yeah, thank you, sir. When we are talking about Apapa mainly, we have Apapa, we have core Apapa, which is, we have in the core Apapa is covered by the Lagos State scheme and the federal scheme.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Aside the core Apapa, we have Ijora, Badia, Ijora Olopa, Gaskia area, which is within Ijora Badia.
Okay.
And some part of Orile.
Okay, they also fall under Apapa.
Even when we are talking about Ajegunle, we didn't cover much in Ajegunle. We cover part of Ajegunle, but it's within the acquisition, which is police, quarters and everything. But we cover mostly Apapa, Ijora, and part of Oile.
Okay, so you need to move very close to the microphone as well. I have a question here from you, from the public. This one says, good morning, Victor and the town planners in the studio. Can you discuss how port-related activities in Apapa affects building and planning requirements? Sam is sending that one in. So does port-related activities affect the planning approvals there?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Before it's affecting it. Reason is that when we are looking about the traffic in that area, many people did not want to develop their property. Even if you go to Apapa now, you see many abandoned property. Many people have leave Apapa to other places because of the traffic. But now, federal government can make everything easy. Okay. If you can move within, as I am now, if I'm going to Apapa now, within 15 minutes I will reach Apapa, because no more traffic within my 2 roads. all the trailers and everything tankers, they have moved them out of Apapa Road. That's why it make it easy now. Now, if application in Apapa before is maybe we are in a month 3, 4, but now we are maybe about 10 now.
Wow.
It's making these changes. But that port authority now did not affect.
It's not affecting you.
The work, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
This one says, "Good morning, Victor. My question goes specifically to Town Planner Dorego. Say, please, how does your office manage the balance between preserving the historical significance of certain areas and allowing the new developments within that Apapa corridor? Thanks, Sheung Ibrahim is sending that one in."
Thank you, sir. In planning, we always observe one thing: any historical building. That is the reason of getting your survey before any application. If you bring your survey, the first thing what we do that we start that survey. If it is fall within accusation or anything, we advise you that your survey is not okay. Maybe you can go to Surveyor General to regularize it. If it is not, it's only Surveyor General we advise that survey is okay or is not okay.
Right.
But our own charting will tell us if that building is within the residential, commercial, but if it fall within the government accusation or most historical place that cannot or that we cannot alter, we will not apply. We will not allow that application.
Okay, so that's the way you do it.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin to take this home now because of time constraints. So, Architect Adebi, as we round off the program, what's your message to the public, especially those that are within your area of the jurisdiction?
My message to them is for them to follow the necessary laid down rules for development activities around Apapa, Ajeromi, Felodun. They should obtain necessary permits from LASPA and obtain authorization to commence construction from Lagos State Building Control Agency through our general manager, Ategbala Owodunioki.
All right then, and to Town Planner Dorego, what's your message? What's your parting thought to those within the Apapa corridor?
Thank you, sir. I will advise people to use the opportunity of this amnesty, because before this amnesty we have been started since we did it in 2018. But my own advice now is that during the survey carried out, we realize that more than 70% of building within Lagos State does not have approval.
Wow.
Some that have approval does not conform.
So,
and this amnesty give them a rooms to regularize their property.
Okay, and get everything
that
right.
regularization, the benefit is free. They have amnesty with they have 5% rebate on any money they are paying to the government. Okay. If they can do that now, it will help government even to plan for the people to know each building within Lagos State.
Right. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for being here. Gentlemen, it's nice having the three of you in the studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll be speaking with Town Planner Akinsoya Abayomi Ajibola, who's a Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPA, and he's a District Officer also for Jeremy Feludin Local Government. I also want to appreciate Town Planner Dorego Muideen Olarinwaju, also from LASPA as well, and maximum thanks going out to Architect Adeniyi Olufemi Adebi, who is the Chief Architect with LASPCA, that's the Building Control Agency, and the District Head of Jeremy Feludin and Apapa. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program this morning. Maximum thanks to Adetola Akinsoya, who is the Public Affairs, that's Chief Public Affairs Officer for the Minister of Physical Planning and Urban Development. I say a big thank you as well to Abimbola Ume, who is Director of Public Affairs for the Lagos State Planning Permit Authority. Maximum thanks to her as well. All right then. Remy Aluko is of our social media unit. We do appreciate you. Taya Conley is our executive producer. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.